Hello, everybody. Duckyworth here, and what an interesting looking face that is on the poster there. For an interesting film, that is. And it is the 1939 Fleischer Studios animated adaptation of Gulliver's Travels, which, interestingly enough, was the second American animated feature ever made. It was produced by Max Fleischer and directed by Dave Fleischer for Paramount and released in 1939. The film being a extremely loose adaptation of the Lilliput section of Jonathan Swift's 1726 classic, keeping only the skeleton of Swift's story and sugarcoating whatever hints of harsh satire or topical allegory were remaining from the tale. Because Gulliver's Travels, the original story, has a lot of extremely messed up things in it. And it also involves like three other voyages that take place after Lilliput. The second one takes him to I've just got a summary of the plot here. The second one takes him to Brobdingnag, I think that's how I pronounce this, where everything is 12 times the normal size. So the first island has him be a giant, while the second island has him be shrunk. The third one, his ship is attacked by pirates, but he is rescued by the flying island of Laputa. Does that sound familiar to anyone? Any Studio Ghibli fans here? Yes, it's the same name as the place from Laputa Castle in the Sky, which is a really good animated, really good film, which I'd need to see again at some point. And a deleted section of this satire attacked the English for their treatment of Ireland, but for the most part it was intended as a scathing condemnation of the nascent European Enlightenment, with the residents of Laputa representing the philosophers, scientists and academics of the author's time. And on the fourth and final voyage, his crew mutinies. Well, after having been trapped on island after island for so long, I wouldn't blame him mutinying. He's marooned on the Isle of the Houyhnhnms. God, how do you pronounce that? I've got no idea. Where the horses are intelligent and the humans are brutish, animalistic savages called Yahoos. Well, what a name. And after the Houyhnhnms send him away, Gulliver returns to England, where he spends all his time talking to his horses as he finds humans, including his own family, to be nothing more than yahoos who happen to wear clothes. So basically it becomes like Blitzo from Hell of a Boss, with how much he grows to love horses in Final Voyage there. And interestingly enough, there's in the Houyhnhnm section, Gulliver is set upon and almost raped by a 12-year-old Yahoo. Yeah, I think you can tell why that section was cut out, because apparently it involves a lot of things like that, and it also involves things like the Houyhnhnms trying to castrate him. Yeah, fun stuff that would make for a really fun children's story, isn't it? So let's have a look at the fun stuff that will be going on in the animated version here from the Fleischer Studios. So this is another one that has quite a few unfortunate things going on with the production here. Max Fleischer had the idea of making a feature-length animated film in his head for a while, but it wasn't until the unprecedented success of Snow White and the Seven Dwarves that Paramount gave the green light to such a project. And Paramount wanted to cash in on the success of Snow White, and they basically force Fleischer to imitate Disney, and it unfortunately shows in the final product. And he was given less than 2 years to make the animated feature, starting in May 1938, and the deadline was Christmas 1939. Many staffers, including animator Seamus Culhane and Grim Natwick, recall that the film had a lot of behind-the-scenes troubles that ended up hurting the quality of the film, as well as the as well as the production being cut down horrifically. A studio that was under-equipped to take on the challenge of making a Disney-like feature-length animated film. Many of the staffers weren't familiar with the West Coast style of animation pioneered by Disney, not helped by an influx of East Coast and West Coast staffers who were at odds with each other on their approaches to animation, and the studio's decision to hire amateur, apathetic Miami art students, as well as newcomers who received a few hours worth of cram course art training, all resulted in sloppy inking and bad in-between work, explaining the film's very uneven animation quality. The Fleischers' move to a new studio in Miami also resulted in many of the talented employees in New York being left behind, including Betty Boop voice actress Mae Crystal, with the few who did make the move becoming homesick, as well as putting up with the hazards and quirks of Florida, such as many mosquito infestations. There was a feud between story artists over which direction the story would take. It was planned as a Bing Crosby vehicle at one point, and another point Popeye was intended to be the star of the film, with its tone being more cartoony, as Max Fleischer actually did not wish to follow the Disney approach to animated films. Both of the previous stories were thrown out and were rewritten by West Coast storymen, particularly ex-Warner staffer Carl Howard. A feud broke out between Max and Dave Fleischer themselves over whether Dave himself or another person would compose the film's score, and the fact that the film was being made in Fleischer's new studio in Miami, Florida, which was far too small to hold the 700 plus staffers needed to complete Gulliver, meant that if any equipment broke down, it would have been very difficult to get it fixed in any reasonable time. The lack of a film industry in Miami meant that unless they wanted to use local actors or their woefully inadequate amateur orchestra, which was impeding the sound quality of the shorts from Fleischer Studios from 1938 onward, they had to outsource recording sessions to West Coast Studios, which they did for Gulliver, Mr. Bug Goes to Town, and the Superman theatrical cartoons. And in the end, while the film was a success at the box office, making like $3.27 million, which is equal to almost $132 million adjusted for inflation in the United States, Paramount deliberately discounted the money the film made in Europe before World War II broke out there, meaning the film had much overhead left to be paid, leaving the Fleischers in the red. Critical reaction was also mixed, with a cruel remark from rival Walt Disney quipping, "We can make a better film than that with our second-string animators." Well, that's a bit harsh, Disney, wasn't it? Speaking of World War II, when the Paramount made all those big changes to the stories, the Fleischers' rather unattractive and wholly commonplace protagonist. Wow, I'm just reading the TV tropes page here, and that is unfortunately a very accurate description for how Gulliver looks in this. He's transformed into a sort of all-wise man, teaching the silly little people of Lilliput and Blefuscu, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, a serious lesson about getting along. But, considering World War II was about to explode in Europe at the time, and having already exploded in China, perhaps a lesson in getting along was what the nations needed. So it's an interesting piece of animation history, I think. So, despite how creepy Gulliver himself looks on the poster here, I think I'm going to have a look at... I'm actually interested to see the film myself, because I have seen it once before, but that was ages and ages ago. So now that I've seen more things, I'll be interested to see how I think of it now. I mean, I don't remember it being a bad film. It's like, I think I remember thinking it's harmless, but it's just... Many of the problems are just how creepy Gulliver looks here. Speaking of which, interesting bit of trivia. Gulliver's voice actor and inksuit actor, as well as the rotoscope model, was Sam Parker, who won the role in a radio contest, and he was a radio announcer himself. So I wonder how he thought of how he looked being portrayed that way compared to all the cartoony animation on... all the other characters. Okay, so I've got the film up here on YouTube now, and I'm going to start reacting to it. So here we go, 1, 3, 2, 1, play. Did the Paramount Mountain always look that blurry? based on Jonathan Swift's Immortal Tale. Yeah, well, you're just cutting out the bits like the hoinahms and the castrating the yahoos. I wonder how this would have turned out if they worked that in rather than or only the Lilliputian part of it. I love that ship model there. It's a bit strange that they had it moving around and then just stopped just as soon as it got around to that side there. Because I think the thing about like the rotoscoping in this film, it's like when it comes to like the humans in like some of the early Disney films, like for example Snow White, it's like they do have a more realistic feel to the human characters, and they are like doing rotoscoping there. But something about the way that this film does it, it just looks so much more creepy. I mean, okay, it's not rotoscoping on a Snow White, but they're just drawn to look much more realistic. That sounded like Whistle While You Work. That song there, is that supposed to be like a happy day? Because that sounded a lot like a Whistle While You Work. Lemuel Gulliver. Lemuel. Give thee a faithful history of my most interesting adventure in the South Sea. On the 5th day of November, 1699, having reached latitude 30 degrees, 2 minutes south, a storm of great fury suddenly what? Wait, so he had time to write that before the storm started, so... Oh, there he is. Because he had like a whole crew on the ship in the original book. Did they all drown here and it was just him? Oh no, he's going to come across Monstro in any second. I love how they're hiding his face for most of it, like with how Gulliver looks in this film. They're hiding the reveal of a monster and they're building up to it. I still love that description on the TV tropes page. Yeah, it's like that. You can see even when he's swimming, he just really stands out. I mean, I know for the time, it must have looked pretty impressive, but now it just looks it just looks weird. And I like the way that they keep his face hidden for most of the parts. Just so... Wait, what's going on with his hands? His hands looks like a little... His hands look like little, like, slabs there when they're just, like, pressed down on the floor on the beach. Ugh. What was that? Oh, no. Is this, what's this guy's name? Is it, uh... Yeah, this voice is going to get grating quick, isn't it? Ugh. Yeah, you can tell that they were trying to rip off it. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, good. Can you shut him off? Because it looks like it's obviously they were trying to. Obviously they were trying to copy like a. Stop. God, his voice. They were trying to copy the Seven Dwarves and give him like I heard they were like trying to give him a personality of Donald Duck, but his voice just sounds his voice just sounds horrible. Ugh. Yeah, if you don't have Gulliver on the beach, you have this monster screeching at you. I'm only 5 minutes in, and this is... Wait, how did you not see that? How did you not see that in front of you? He just like, he was just gazing upwards and he just tripped. Yes, well done, you can count. You can count to 5. I have hands! Ah, it's hard. I just realised that I have 5 fingers on my hand, just like that. Oh gosh. And now he's suddenly turned into a roadrunner. Oh. Yeah, maybe... Wait, what was that? Was it gargling? Arrgh! Run! The second monster's coming. Yeah, this animation, I mean, considering like the rushed production, this is really good. This is really good animation quality here, and all the detail on like the backgrounds here. It's like something about the way that the backgrounds look in these older films. They just look. Imagine just how long it took to paint them. They just look. Wait, how do we not see him? Oh, okay, that was a bit delayed. I mean, even when he's running quickly. Oh, wait, how'd that happen? Yeah, shut him up, please. Oh, hey, it's a 1930s Cogsworth. Judging by his mustache there. And this guy looks like a King Cole, not a King Cole. Actually, Disney did have a King Cole thing, didn't they? No, he looks like a King Midas. Bombo. Well, his parents didn't like him very much, did they? Oh, poor guy. King Little and King Bombo. Yes, okay. Why is it always that? It's like in these older films. It's just animated films. It's like the way that the more realistic. Okay. The more realistic characters walk. They always walk like really, really slowly, like the. Yeah, okay, breaking his spine a couple of times. Oh! Wait, what's that? What was he doing with his hands there? Oh, yes, and we've also got the local madman trying to break in. Sorry about that. That guy looks like the child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Wait, what's that guy have in his head? Why are you shaking your head at it then? Really, can you stop with the rolling of your R's? Please. Yeah, I think I can see where some of the much of the animation budget went. Just like King Little's hand movements. Oh wait, King Little just vanished there. He just flickered for a frame. I just noticed. What's he putting that ring on? Oh, thank God. Thank God, I thought he was doing something else. Yeah, the animation quality, okay, there was 3 and then was a 6. Wait, what? Yeah, just eat the cake before the wedding. And I don't think you're supposed to look at the wedding ring before the wedding either. Uh Just where's your nose gone, madam? And she's got a very her eyes are just like flicking in and out. Ugh. I mean, I know that some people say that like Snow White's facial expressions can look a little bit creepy, like at times, but she looked much better and more consistent with her facial feature movement than this. Uh, okay, and now we have her birds flirting with each other. Because I feel like something like with some of these older animated films, a lot of the times it like you see a lot more slow pacing with like some of the movements there, and it's just like they're clearly not used to like it's well, I mean it was the second only American animated feature made, so it makes sense we're not used to it. But it just seems like a lot of time is just spent with like little movements going over and over again, drawn out. Oh, now he's eating the cake as well. By the time we get to the wedding, there won't be any left for the couple. Wait, wait, did his crown just gain life of his own jumping? Uh, you could just play both songs at once. Wait, what was going on with his head there? It looked like his face was on fire. Once again, why don't you play both songs at once? I mean, I know that the original story was supposed to be about not getting into petty disputes about nothing, because I think the original story, like, it had them. Wow, yeah, nice. It had them argue over eggs or something. Oh yeah, you're going to declare war just because he won't sing a song at the wedding. Right. I wonder what would happen if something actually important happened. Oh. No, he's not the monster. The monster just ran in. Oh yes, and here's Prince Bland. Oh, okay. That was a bit of an odd cut. You just had him walk. Oh, he's walking out with his father. Yeah, he's tired of you. He's on his way to leave. Yes, we've been trying to get into this. We're trying to tell you about a giant for the last 15 minutes, and yeah, you can just judge by her face on the side just how sad she is about it. Yeah, I think that's another thing. It's like the what was that bird at the back of movement there? Yeah, because it's like Prince David and Princess Glory. They don't have very many facial expression changes. Yeah. What? Wait, what was that sound effect? Whoopee! It looks like it's singing to a wall there. Yeah, you can just tell how. Yeah, you can just tell how mesmerised she is with his singing by her unmoving facial expressions there. Uh, uh, yes, we just saw that a few minutes ago. Wait, what? Wait, what's that look? Yeah, it looks like he's chewing a lemon. That's okay. Wait, what's it? What's it? Okay, that's it. Yeah, and we're repeating that over and over again. You can. Yeah, that's very strange ways to show sadness there Bombo was going through. It looked like his face was made of putty. It's like that's the way that in like these it's like in some of these animated films. It's like the way in these early ones. It's like the way they move their hands all over their face, like moulding it about. Oh, you can just tell how sad I am by my unchanging expression. That horse's neck looks like it's twitching by the way with how much it's moving about compared to the rest of the horse's body. Okay, so are those Bombo spies there? Oh, come on, get it out! Yes, and he's barely got anything to do with this so far. Oh, what happened to his head? It looked like he was turning into as boys. It looked like he was turning to the expression of the coachman from Pinocchio there for a bit. But to be honest, I'd rather take the coachman over Gabby any day. Did you know that they were planning to make an animated series or series of shorts based around Gabby? Yeah, what a wonderful protagonist it would have been. That one guy looked like Snively from Sonic Sat AM. Oh, what was that? Woo! Yes, okay, we get it. There's a giant on the beach. Go and get him already. He's been sitting there for like 20 minutes now, and you're not doing anything. Wait, they had that one animation of him running there, but he wasn't moving very quickly. Yes, they're going to kill off the second most dangerous monster in the film so far. The first one being Gabby, of course. Wait, why is one of them bring a stepladder with them? What are they going to do? Beat it up with a stepladder? No, not stepladder. Wait, that the crowd glitched. I just saw the crowd at the back just skipped a frame. Because it's like they're putting in a lot of effort into a lot of bits, some of the bits of the animation here, but sometimes the characters seem to glitch for a second or like a skip over and over. They were quiet. Stop shushing them. Shush yourself. Wait, does that guy have a toilet plunger on his head? Okay, you fell into that one already. They were being quite. Look at them. They can see him. I like how fed up they look at him. Like, we want to shut up as well. Wait, is that one carrying a? Oh, it's a hoe that he's carrying. Wait, how do you not know? Oh my god! He just said where it is. He just said where the giant is. Why did none of you people just look behind you at his head? And how do you not see it? What? Wait, you pointed up at him past our. Wait, what was going on with that guy's nose? You were pointing at the giant, and then you walked up him. How did you lose him? How do you not know where he is? I don't get it. All the Lilliputians are complete and utter idiots. Wait, what's that guy? Why does he have a takeaway box on his head? Yeah, how's it taken this long for Gulliver to notice like all these little people are walking all over him? And how did you not notice his buttons? Wait, he's only just breathing now? Wait, how was he alive before then if he wasn't breathing? Was he dead and still for ages and now he's just come back to life? Okay, that looks a little bit strange. That animation was speeding away here. And once again, how did they not notice his face, even though they were walking towards his face? That actually looks like a cousin of Gargamel, that guy there. Yes, he's been saying that for the past 24 minutes. How many times is this film going to keep saying, "There's a giant on the beach"? Yes, and apparently you'll investigate his mouth and then get eaten. And Gulliver will think, "What? That was the most annoying snack I've ever tasted." Oh yeah, those guys. The spies of Bombo. Oh yeah, that's going to end well. He's carrying a bear trap. Look at the guy at the back. That larger guy at the back. He's just going back and forth over and over again, just with his torch, like. Oh, now he's looking upwards. What's that, a gun? It looks like a holster of a gun he's got there. Because I mean, as much as I like Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, it's like it's similar to that. It's like a lot of a film is spent on it's slower paced, and it's like it here. Not a whole lot has happened. We're just getting this scene of how does he not hear that? How did he not hear them all yelling about? Is Gulliver deaf as well? Anyway, it just seems to be like there's not a whole lot going on so far, and given this film's only like 72 minutes long, and I'm already a third of the way through it, and all that's happened is that Bombo's declared war, Gabby's shrieked, and they've finally figured out there's a giant on the beach. Wait, how did they get his finger to do that? How did they move his finger? Yeah, squash him! Ugh. Just crawl out, you idiot! Don't shriek like that! That's what they were doing. And for someone who wants them to be quiet, is sure making a lot of noise. Oh, there's the guy with the takeaway box on his head again. Okay. What was the point of that? What was the point of that? He just thought he was lifting up a shoe, but he could have cut that out entirely. Wait, why did he hit his knee? Why did he hit his knee? Was it what? Oh, and now the guys are tied up one with a weird hat. You can move along. You can not have the Lilliputians like flickering in and out of his existence while they're working on building this. I mean, this is very fluidly animated. I appreciate that, but Snow White, by this point in the story, I'm pretty sure that she had already come across like the dwarves' cottage, and things are actually moving along by this point. Wait, what's that? Is that a lightsaber? Wait, why has that guy got a pencil on his head? What's he doing? Yeah, what was that? He just had a pencil on his head. He marked it, and he just got cut up. Wait, that just appeared out of nowhere, and then we just flickered up and. Wait, where does horses come from? I didn't see any horses appear at. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just waiting for the plot to move along more instead of them just. They're still building. Nothing is happening. Didn't we just try lifting the arm earlier and that already didn't work? And how does Gulliver not notice this? He's been tied up and is being lifted. I don't care how much of a heavy sleeper you are. You should notice this. Wait, is that a green strip on the side of the screen? Yeah, it looks like there's a green leaf-like flash on the side of the screen there. That's more interesting things showing up than them. Pardon? Ready down below! Let's go! Mush, slaves, mush. Pretty much. Oh, that greener light is still there on the side of the screen. Snow White had more interesting things going on over courses of a film. This just looks like it's just showing off that they can animate it. Rather than doing anything with this. Wait, how'd that work? And it just seems to be putting in a lot of gags like that for no reason. Like padding out a runtime. Oh yeah, that was well. Oh. And now they're doing up his hair! Yay! The hair on his head looks really creepily still, and he somehow doesn't notice that they're pulling on his hair. And how does he not hear that hammer? And how does he not hear that? They were telling them to be quiet earlier when they went down to the beach, and now they're yelling at each other and whipping and horses neighing and. I'm trying to comment on anything going on because this is boring. This is getting. I mean, if there were more like interesting things going on. I mean, once again, I do like the animation, but it's just and with flicker there. But again, what? Wait, what's just voice? Oh, and yay! They finally started moving him. They've just been working on this for like. God, has it really been 10 minutes since we first came across him and started tying him up? That we're finally moving. Wait, did you just say that it was all because of him? What a self-centered jerk. I mean, I didn't properly hear whether he did say that, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did so. This feels more like a... Hey, look, it's Bambi. This feels more like... Oh, and look, this looks familiar. Them going across the bridge there. I mean, I don't want to... I mean, I know it's just like a bridge shot, but I'm tempted to say that they were inspired by Snow White there. Hi-ho, hi-ho, this isn't the best we know. This blows, this blows, this blows, this blows. Yes, okay, he ripped off his hat and he threw it down. When are we going to see... when is Gulliver going to say anything? Because this doesn't really seem to be very much about Gulliver right now, does it? Pardon? And he's still singing about that stupid song. And why does it sound like Donald Duck when he's snoring? Oh, good. I was expecting there to be like 10 minutes of him trying to wake up King Little there. Didn't Gabby used to be shorter than that compared to King Little? Okay, just physically abuse your king to put his clothes on. I do like King Little's character though. I do remember liking him. He's got some pretty funny moments. That and looking like Cogsworth also gives him favours too. Wait, how did you just get there? We also have characters teleporting all over the place. Wait, what? There was just a flicker there. It seems to have a lot of moments where there's just like frames missing. I like that bit there when he just started praying and then he just like ducks back under the bed there. And Gulliver is the heaviest sleeper ever. Hang on, how far am I in? Oh my gosh. I'm already halfway through the film. 37 minutes and 34 seconds. And nothing is happening. Nothing. It's just like I can't believe this. I mean, like a lot of the animation at the time was just like experimenting with what they could animate and just showing off that they could animate things and be able to get like it flowing consistently. And for the time, it was very impressive. And the animation is really fluid, even though there are some bits where the characters just keep vanishing, and there are also moments where they just seem to have like missing frames. But we spent, out of the last 37 and 34 minutes, we spent like let's see, I'm just checking the timestamp here. We spent, let's see, 7 minutes to. We spent 5 minutes about them talking about like wedding preparations and arguing over a song. We spent the next 25 minutes getting that idiot shrieking monster Gabby trying to get people down to the beach and trying to tie him up. And for a film that's called Gulliver's Travels, Gulliver feels like a side character in a film that's named after him. I mean, once again, was it worth it, Fleischer Studios? I mean, given how absolutely dull the film has been so far, I mean, from little I can see, I like King Little's character, but every other thing is I've barely got anything to work with when it comes to reacting to it, because it's just like we're about halfway through and barely anything has happened. Maybe, because I mean, comparing to Snow White, I mean, yes, in like the second act, it's like it did slow down a bit when it came to like Snow White and all the dwarves like sneaking about trying to come across her in their cottage and everything, but they did get to things much quicker. They got the pace moving. It just happened that in like the second third that the film began to like slow down a little bit before the climax where the evil queen reenacted her plan. But Yeah, I think I could see why the reaction was lukewarm at the time, because it's just padding. It's just like they're just padding out a whole lot of things. Because I think if they were able to get through it much quicker, like coming across a Gulliver and like tying him up quickly and like getting him to the capital here, I think they would have had like much more potential to like flesh out some more of like Gulliver's character. I mean, I know the second half he's probably going to be talking about a lot of things that's happening and what's going on, but it just feels really strange that for a character film called Gulliver's Travels, we've barely had anything to do with Gulliver yet. Yeah, he's really going to be really interesting when he pops in, and we've only got something like 30 minutes for him to tell us everything about him and spread about him his story, aren't we? Okay, I'm going to take a break. Because for a film that's famed about like the creepy rotoscoping from Gulliver here, we're 37 minutes in and we haven't seen a whole lot of that yet from when we saw him walking towards Summer Beach. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break and I'm going to come back in a bit. Hopefully this film's going to pick up. You better deliver on the creepy rotoscoping film. Okay, hopefully this next half will be interesting, either intentionally or not, with how we can finally see Gulliver talk and move about and be a part of his own story, but so far he hasn't really had a whole lot to do rather than lie there when he should have woken up with everyone crawling all over him and all the noise around him. But maybe he's in a coma or something, and that's why he's asleep all the way through. Okay, timestamp is 37:34, and what a surprise! It looks like they're working on him again, like tying him up more or getting all his belongings off of him. Okay, so here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Play. Yes, thrilling, it's a pocket watch. Wait, how did it just move on its own there? Or is I possessed or something? Oh, yeah, he's gone. Yeah, this is going to go well. Oh. Wait, that was a... Yeah, that didn't work. Yeah, hooray, look, those spies. Oh, now this wakes him up. Now he finally wakes up with very... measles. With very, creepy eye movement. And how did he not wake up when he heard everyone yelling earlier? Oh, no! So it begins! Oh, well, it's getting more interesting now, at least. Now that the creature is finally... I love TV Trope's description of him, our entirely unpleasant-looking protagonist. Look like he's going to pull his hair out of his head there. And are his hands shrinking? Why does he always sound like he's gurgling whenever he screams? Yes! Finally, get rid of Gabby! Yeah, it's like compared to the Prince and the Princess, and once again Snow White and like the blue fairy from Pinocchio, something about him just looks frightening. Like I don't know what it is. Like with the way they animated him. Oh, look at his eyes! Yes, you're probably a man. He's not a man. He's a monster. Look at him and listen to him. He just said he's not going to hurt you. Oh well, I like this. The guards with the bows and arrows got here really quick. I was expecting like another 20 minutes of build up, seeing them all get their bows and arrows, and then like walking all down to confront him while he just sits there like a numpty. Wait, why do you need him to? Oh, that was fast. Why do you need to get him to forever? Oh, 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 okay. So, oh yeah, remember him? Oh yeah, this was all over a wedding song that is destroying everything, apparently. Well, did you see that he flickered again? He teleported again. Ah. Yeah. If I saw that looking at me, I'd just run. I'd run too. Oh, hey, look, they're out of the film for the next half an hour, likely. Wait, his mouth wasn't moving. When he said that, his mouth wasn't moving. I mean, I know you threw most of your animation budget into like the 25 minutes it took to tie him up, but I know you have very strange priorities when it came to using your animation budget, but still. I hate Gabby. Oh no, please don't tell me there's not going to be another 25 minutes of him like undoing all the ropes and everything. It's not your size that's frightening them, it's your face. Lamuel. I must say this again. What kind of name is Lanuel? What was that face when he squished his cheek in? What was that? You can lick anybody your size? Why are you licking people? Wait, what's that chef doing with his chin? On the bottom left there. Oh yeah, here's the Whistle While You Work rip-off song. Yeah, look at him just looking back and forth over and over again at like the little people like walking in between his legs for... Oh yeah, now we're gonna get like 25 minutes of him making him clothes. Oh god, the shadows on his face there. Ugh. Oh wait. Oh, he's moving his arms. Now we've got the other monstrosity coming behind us. Okay, can you do anything else other than move your head back and forth and smile creepily, Gulliver? Oh! Oh, he's got a lot hot coals there. I honestly thought that was a lightsaber for a second in the first one. In the first half. Wait, what's going on with that guy's eyes? Look, okay, he's so dummy thick he can pilot buttons with his butt. Yeah, what's going on with his eyes? I thought that button was going to go somewhere else then, judging by the angle. Ugh. It's a boring day. Snore, 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 snore. Get on with the point. Stop ripping off Snow White, please. You know that one guy was like doing his shoes there, like with the nails. Considering the fact that he didn't even have a beard. What, you shaving? Or is this some secret method to kill him? Or like that one? Yeah, that doesn't look quite right. Using a scythe to shave with. That one guy looks like Fred Flintstone. That one guy on the bottom left there, just like some of his clothes there for a second. Wait, where the spies? For a King Bomber, where'd they go? Yeah, it looked like that Monty Python sketch where that one guy beheaded himself by shaving his head off. Ugh. Ha 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 ha. More comedic antics from Gabby there. Oh, and now his head's changed. Now he looks older. He looks like he's aged like 10 years from that angle with like the shadows on his head. I wonder how the actor felt about how he was, how he looked in this film. Did he look at it and then he was just like, "Oh my god, am I really that creepy?" And once again, he did more animation with his head like moving back and forth. Wait, those waves look like really, really strange there. Wait, is that Bombo's kingdom? Wait a minute, what was, that one scene where it was like crying over like the wedding preparations? Okay. Passenger pigeon. Just carrying notes there. Oh yeah, this is going to go well. He looks trustworthy. Well, and yeah, Bombo was looked upset there, but what was that about? He was just going to do this. He reminds me of what was the name of that one vulture from the Looney Tunes shorts where that one that was like a really like, oh no like that one. Oh yeah, the Prince. Prince, what's his face? Oh yeah, and Princess Emotionless. Gazing out at the other monster. Oh god! Yeah, but he looks even more like he's from a horror film now. Yeah, look at it with the light on his face there. Yeah, hilarious. That was fast. What's with that running joke of him hitting that one spy on my head? It's not funny. Dear spies, get rid of that giant or else. Cordially yours, King Bombo. Ugh. More padding. Okay, that added a whole lot with him like going back and forth. He could have just cut to this rather than showing those. Something about them. They look more like dolls. Something about the way they're dancing. Yeah, something about the way that they look and they're animated. They just look a lot more creepy than everyone else, apart from Gulliver and the Princess and Principals. Yeah, do the Raggedy Ann seizure. What has he done? He's done absolutely nothing so far, rather than take forever to wake up and now he's banging the table and... Oh yeah, and one of his belongings also destroyed a building. So yeah, that's more that is done for you. Uh, uh, okay, I don't think his fingers are supposed to bend that way. Whether you're dancing with his hand like that. That looks weird. I mean, I know they have that one scene from Aladdin where the genie's hands are dancing, but that looks more like in Cuphead when King Dice's hands start summoning like the cards when they move in ways where hands aren't supposed to move. Okay, that looks a bit better. Why are they moping? Okay, that way that he just got the poison out and then just smacks him, that was pretty funny. Okay, that was funny. The way they're like, yeah, you got it. And then just smack him in the head with his slingshot there. Gulliver's Thunder Machine. Wait, why don't you have lighting all of a sudden? The lighting has just got really dark. What's going on with his head? Oh yeah, they're summing up the film so far. They're falling asleep. With how long scenes have all just padded out. What, is it just for nap time now? Wait, should we be in bed? Wait, why are they falling asleep there rather than in the beds? I get the feeling that they watched that scene where everyone was falling asleep in Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, another scene which went on for a little bit too long, and they decided to imitate that. Okay, now where's he going to sleep? Wait, how did he not notice that his gun's been taken? Oh, he's gazing at the moon there. And he's looking more like the light shining on a corpse there when the darkness is shining on his darkness is shining when the moon is shining on his face and the shadows are cast. Yes, waves. Okay. Yeah, waves of water. All right. Oh, song. Oh, oh God. I mean, the singing voice is nice. He's got a nice singing voice there, but his face just ruined the moment there. Okay, and he's singing about how he misses home now that he's been a shipwrecked there. Yeah, we've seen him for like he's been active for like 20 minutes of the whole film so far, and we've only just got to what his wants and needs are. Yeah, great pacing. Instead, we've just been wasting time on them arguing over wedding songs and tying him up for half of a runtime. It also seems to be a bit inconsistent with the detail that we put in his face. It's like sometimes he looks at the shadows just look completely different. Oh, he's a pretty good whittler. Oh, step on him, please. Yes, Gulliver's ignoring him. Wait. Oh. I thought he was going to say something else, considering what words rhyme with you. His face. Wait, and now he's telling lies that he's been a... Oh, come here to get this guy. Whatever your voice. Wait, so now he's lying that he's been now he's lying about his accomplishments. Yeah, what a great character. Wait, what was the point of that? Yes, okay, my, we get it. My, what a boring scene. With a very unlikable character. Oh, V3 again. Wait, why is he falling asleep in the windowsill? Oh, they can talk. Wait, considering the fact that you have miniature houses and like everything, have you never seen a gun before? Don't you have guns? I mean, you've got cannons, so I would have thought so. Oh, great! Now we have another character who's just yelling over and over about everything. Wait, how'd he get in there? I thought it was by the door. Oh, yeah, that's smart. What an idiot. Wait, now the ground is shaking when he's walking? He seemed pretty light on his feet in earlier scenes. Considering his size. You idiots. Why did you put As Scar would say, I'm surrounded by idiots. I like how effortlessly he was able to end that annoying little incident there. Oh, that was pointless. Can you say anything else other than... Wait! Wait, did he just fall for it? Or did Gulliver... Or is Gulliver just going along with what's going on and he's to trick them? Oh yeah, these two again. It's funny with how Gulliver looks, these two still manage to be freaky with their expressions here. Especially the princess there. Oh, yeah, him. Oh, yeah, him singing. Just what... Even when he's snoring, he's annoying. Wait. Oh, get him! Oh, I thought it was gonna... Oh, yeah. What are you doing? Oh, stab him! Oh, yeah, and he can't fight for toffee. Yeah, that's really gonna maybe help his character. Oh, well, I never... Okay, you can stop reusing that bit of animation there. Ugh. You idiot. Ugh. Oh my, let me just walk over without showing any emotion whatsoever. How slow are you? And once again, I find it funny how when he walks now, he doesn't... he doesn't make any noise when he walks. You realise that it's probably suffocating in there, don't you? You don't need to play like choose the hand. I have to say though, what's with his eyes there? Yeah, it's funny when it's like that reminds me of some scenes from SpongeBob when King Neptune's hand comes in and it's just like all suddenly detailed. The way that they move it about, like maintaining that detail in places is impressive. Oh no, I just miss them plotting there. It is pretty fitting that they changed this into people going to war for silly reasons. It really took him to figure that out. I couldn't have figured that out already. I mean, Forever Faithful just runs better anyway. What's going on? What's going on with his shoulders and his expressions here are getting way too detailed. Too much detail. Bombo. Just the way that he says his name. That is one strong pigeon to be able to... Oh, yeah, and he's just gonna... Oh, I thought he was gonna drown himself then. Yeah. Oh, but on the other hand, he got outsmarted. He got overpowered by Gabby, so he can't be that impressive. His mouth isn't... Oh, God, it's not only annoying, but now his mouth isn't matching his lip movements. And now he has to run about and do this, and yet it's going to take yet another 15 minutes for them to get to the point that they need to run about and get all the forces. Oh, no, never mind. They've actually managed to get in like 10 seconds. Wait, how did he manage to get all his forces already? Oh, well, I mean, time could have passed, but okay. Where are you, Gulliver? Where are you, Gulliver? Bumbo's attacking! He can hear Gulliver's. He can hear I'm getting my names mixed up. He can hear Gabby's voice even over the bells. That's how shrieking he is. Yes, keep him in there. He suffered the same fate as Eduardo de la Cruz from Ernesto de la Cruz from Coco. Oh, shut up. Ugh. Oh, let's go and kill everybody. Leave not a living one alive. I'm gonna just stand here and just go and kill everyone because I'm the best character ever. It's still pretty funny that all the armies are marching and Gulliver's just striding over. And once again, how is he not shaking the ground when he walks when he did earlier? Yeah, what's with all this? I mean, the spies are sending like notices over to King Bombo, but oh yeah, that was some of the scenes are just going on for too long. Wait, what was that? Why did he just bounce about like that? What's the point of that? Oh, okay, it's because he's walking. I was just saying the picture got all jumpy all of a sudden, and the sounds got a bit grainier. Stop the pigeon, 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 stop the pigeon. Ow! That's just what pigeon reminded me of. What is it with the people in this film taking way too long to react to others? Oh, how stupid! Wait, which? Yes, they've tied up Gabby. They're the real heroes of this film. Oh, this scene again. Even though we just had a scene a little bit ago about boats and. Oh, by the way, that one scene when Gulliver was making boats, like a whittling. I thought it would have been. I thought he would have been making boats for the fight. It is pretty fitting though, like considering the time that this film came out, having the moral about people not going to war for petty reasons was pretty topical of the time. So the film at least had like good intentions when it came to like changing the story like that. I'm surprised that they didn't just start fleeing when he showed up, considering what effect his face can have. Okay, that was funny again. Oh, the way his eyes are moving when his head's moving, it doesn't line up. Like his eyes seem to be constantly swaying. David, look! Gulliver's Thunder Machine. It's just so amazing. Can't you tell from my expressions and how I'm saying this? It's the most amazing thing in the world. Watch as my voice doesn't break an octave. What? David. Oh no. It's so amazing. And David's voice, his speaking voice is way, way more high pitched than his singing voice. And very, very impressive. I was able to change his range like that. Oh yeah, and we didn't get to know very much about the prince and the princess, despite their romance being one of the main plot points. Wait, all it took to push it off to set it off was one guy just falling into it lightly earlier. How is it this hard to set it off? Wait, how big was that bullet compared to his body? Oh no! Prince, what's his face? I'm so affected by this with how much I got to know him. Oh, David, that's it. I mean, I like him. Oh, oh, never mind. I guess he's alive. I mean, I do like this. This. Oh. Oh, and her voice is much different to a singing voice too. Ah, her face is there. Oh. I mean, it's not a bad message. Like, ah, it's not a bad message. Like going fighting over stupid things like humans do. But oh well, I guess they're. Oh, I mean, they didn't technically didn't kill anyone, but well, I guess we're gonna get away scot free. Oh, what's their fingers moving? Did you see them just whacking the? Oh, that guy with a box on his head just in front. He's flailing. Hooray! The world's most dull couple next to Maud Pie and um Mudbriar. I had to remember his name there for a second. I forgot him so quickly. Yeah, their most dull couple next to them. Die, 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 die. Oh, no, he's alive. And he got brain damage from the fall. Hopefully. Oh, I guess they managed to make him a ship. I'm glad that they at least cut that instead of. I thought they were going to show like another 25-minute building montage. But no, thankfully they cut that out. I have a screen just flickering more when they. Oh, great, them crying. Yeah, that's. You can try as you might, Gabby, but you're not going to be any... Okay, get your head off his butt. That bit with, you're not going to be as sad as the bit with Snow White's funeral. Oh yeah, and the last thing we see of Gabby is him crying, just like he deserves. And there goes Uncanny Vanny Blank Slate off into the horizon to have yet more adventures where he comes across horses that castrate people, castles in the sky, and people that are 10 times his size. So yeah, happy ending for him. He's really gonna get a happy ending here when he comes across the island where the horses all castrate human beings. Yeah, it is a bit strange thinking of Gulliver's Travels when you think about what was going to happen in later stories. The only way that you can make it into a family film is by cutting out all of the really disturbing bits from a book and cut it down to like a quarter of its size. And yet, it feels like that only a quarter of this film was dedicated to the actual main character and his likes, wants, and his goals in the world. But we didn't really get to... I guess that in terms of like this story, it was just like this mysterious stranger who shows up and shows them like their ways. But it just feels a little bit strange that for a film named Gulliver's Travels, he only appears properly in like the last half when he starts actually talking and having an active role in plot. But before that, he's tied up in lame building montages. They're arguing over wedding songs, and you have Gabby shrieking over everything. And the film itself, it's harmless. I mean, for the time it came out, I mean, I suppose I can't be too hard on the film because, at least for the time it came out, it was definitely like even if the producers were wanting to rip off Disney with a lot of it, I mean, it was ambitious with what it was doing and like the rotoscoping and everything that was going on, but it's not that bad. It's not terrible. There are some enjoyable parts of it, like when it comes to like some of the visual gags are fun. King Little, he's funny, and even if it is probably not intended that way, I mean, some of like the bits with like the facial expressions from Bombo when he's crying, and just God, what a name, King Bombo, something. There are some names that you just can't take seriously, and that's it. But it's like when you it's like other than and of course, it's like, even though the animation budget, and considering how rushed the production of a film is, despite like the rotoscoping looking very, very, very noticeable, and the main thing that the film is known for, but it is at least the rest of the animation, like the details and like the backgrounds, is very nice. But it's like, still, it's like the Prince and the Princess. They never emote much. I mean, compare it to like a Snow White. It's like the more realistic looking characters in that, they emoted more. And it's like that moment when Snow White is like running through the forest and like she's the huntsman tells her about her stepmother's evil plan, and she's like running in fear. You can see the terror and the sadness on her face when she breaks down crying. You can really see like the expressions on it. It's like it does look noticeable, like Snow White looking more a little bit more stilted in not stilted, a little more restrictive in like some of the expressions. But she is allowed to emote, and the evil queen and the huntsman are allowed to emote, and the prince, for as little screen time he had, he emoted a little bit. I mean, obviously, given that the dwarves look more cartoonish, they emoted much more than the more realistic-looking characters, but it's like you could still see it. But with the prince and the princess Glory and Prince David, when a lot of the film isn't very... But it's like, funnily enough, they don't get a whole lot of screen time or dialogue that consists of them not singing. And I mean, it's funny, their wedding is literally only in the beginning, like, setting up, like, the problems that start in the film, but Glory and David, I mean, it's like, they don't really talk to each other, other than just, like, singing, so we don't really see a whole lot of reasons why they fell in love with each other, so they're very, I mean, talk about bland, they don't have much agency at all, which is funny, considering the fact that the conflicts of the film starts off just because of them. But of course, they're nowhere near as bad as Gabby. He's just, what an unpleasant character. He's just like, when he's not screeching over and over again, and consider the fact that he's actually voiced by Pinto Colvig, who voiced one of the Seven Dwarves, and he was in a lot of like Disney animated shorts and other animated shorts at the time. What happened to your voice, mate? You just sound horrible in this. It's like, just like, Mr. Giant on a beach, Mr. Giant on a beach, listen to me, I'm the most important character ever. That's pretty much what he sounds like. He's just running back and forth everywhere, and he acts like he's just like a nuisance and an unpleasant person. I mean, no one else in the film seems to like him all that much either, but still, he's not a really, it's not a likeable character in the slightest, and yet more than half of the film, Gabby appears more in the film than Gulliver does. I think that's one of the biggest problems with it. It should have been called Gabby's Shrieking rather than Gulliver's Travels. You could have named him that, and it would have been a much more noticeable. And I mean, other than the nightmare fuel when it comes to Gulliver's expressions, it's just it's like, I mean, I appreciate it for being like the history of important piece of like animation history, like the second ever animated American film to be made. So it's interesting, and I mean, a lot of the backgrounds are like really nice, and the voice acting, apart from Gabby, the voice acting was good, and I like the idea of the story. It's just, it's so boring in the first half. It's just like, when you don't have them like arguing over and over a wedding song over and over again, you just have like 25 or 30 minutes of them just dragging Gulliver, like tying him up and then just dragging him back to town. And yeah, what do they expect would happen if they mess around with his things, and him somehow having not waking up until he wakes up. How does he not notice everything was going on? It's like there's not a whole lot to. I mean, it's interesting to watch it, just for what it's led to, and for the time, like Fleischer Brothers, they tried to make their own animated film, and I mean, even though it didn't really do very well in Europe and the UK, I mean, at least it did actually do well at the box office in the US. So and it is interesting to watch, just for to see like it is in its very least like a classic for like the time that was happened, and it does help that it is actually in the public domain, so that you can actually check it out on its own very easily if you're interested in like checking out an interesting piece of like animation history. And there were some, I mean, when it got past like the boring parts of him like tying Gulliver up, there were some funny gags, like the bit when one of the spies, when he's not being an idiot and setting a house on fire, he does. There are some good bits with him and the other spies. I thought they were pretty funny. And as I said, King Little, he was pretty funny. He's still my favourite character in the whole thing. So yeah, and if you want to make a little bit of time to watch it yourself, I mean, it's only 76 minutes long. Correction, I said it was like 72. It's 76 minutes. So if you want to watch it, it's harmless if you want to watch it by itself. And if you don't mind getting nightmare fuel from Gulliver's realistic expressions there, And it even from The Prince and Princess and their faces. Sometimes they can be even scarier than Gulliver himself, which is bad with how little they emote. So yeah, if you want to check it out, yeah, I'm glad I saw it just to have a look at it. And I mean, if I just want to watch it again, just to like laugh at some of its awkwardness, or just have a look at some of the beautiful backgrounds and some of the songs, it's like even if Happy Happy Day sounds like an obvious rip off of Whistle While You Work, it's just so nice. And I heard that Faithful Forever even got an Academy Award nomination, which is impressive. So yeah, and speaking of Fleischer Studios, this isn't the last time we'll be checking out one of theirs. For next time, I plan to watch Mr. Bug Goes to Town, which was their second and sadly last film. But I do remember enjoying it, even though I do remember some problematic aspects in the film from what I saw it. So just a bit of a warning if you decide to watch it back yourself. But for now, I'm gonna go and compile this live reaction together, and I hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully you don't get any nightmares from Gulliver's realistic expression and realistic faces. So, talk to you all later, everybody. Duckyworth out. Bye, everyone.